January 2024 update on my journey towards financial independence slash millionaire status as an elder millennial who got a late start on personal finance. So I'm still trying to figure out how to best use YouTube, but when in doubt, do something for yourself. So future Kong, this is just for you to show you where I'm currently at the beginning of 2024. Let's start with net worth. And to be fair, it's not exactly my net worth since I'm not going to include my student loans since they are going to be discharged. Yes, this is finally my 10th year of paying them. So I am very much looking forward to May of this year where they will be gone. So let's just talk about my net liquid assets because I'm not including my house. I need it to live in. I doubt we'll ever sell it since we have such a low interest rate on it, but that's another video for another day. So net worth, my January total was $196,902, which went up by about $9,500 compared to the end of 2023. For a rough breakdown of that, about $161K is in my 403B account, which went up a little over $5,000. And then my Roth is currently sitting at about 22.7K, a whopping increase of $300 from December. And last but not least, my emergency fund, which apparently went up by over $3,000, but I think that's more of an accounting change, currently sitting at $12,839. As for the federal loan that I alluded to, that balance currently is at $191,027, even though I paid into it for the last 6 years, minus all the time that was for the COVID pause. There was a good chunk that my dad also paid into it, and yet somehow my balance is well over twice what I originally took out. So if that's not an argument to change the whole student loan programs in the US, I don't know what is. But again, another topic for another video. This is just a January update. As for my work and main job, I got my W-2 in preparing for taxes this year, and I was actually surprised. I broke 100K salary last year instead of this year like I thought it would be. So, go yay me from last year. I should still be in line for about one or two raises since my company is owned by a California parent company and they do adhere to some type of union benefits, even though I don't get all of them and I wish I did. I especially wish I got that West Coast pay because they would be laughing at my 100K. Anyways, I am still #blessed and thankful. Other job updates, there hopefully will be a spring bonus, which will help me reach my savings goal of 7K towards my Roth this year. And they recently bumped up the remote reimbursement expenditures by $10 a month, so not bad. I'll have to go and fill out the forms to get those. Job itself, best thing I can say about it is what it is. I would argue there's no such thing as a perfect job because a lot of people, nurses especially, would tell you that I probably have the ideal nursing job. And yet somehow I can sit here and bitch and moan and complain and try to get and crawl my way out of it. So again, I'll talk about that another day. Moving on to side hustles, something I am a little bit more excited about. We were off to a good start in January. I made $2,099. A rough breakdown of that, $1 from gift card resales because not a lot happened and I just really haven't jumped on any of them. $166 from buying groups, mostly from the Dell credit with the Amex Biz Platinum. One focus group for $168, $179 from eBay flipping, $191 from savings via various coupons and portals and things like that. $343 from miscellaneous earns, $1,000 from betting, which is actually my December profits. My January one is actually going to be terrible. I think I may actually be in the negative. So yay, starting off on that. And the best performing side hustle was bank bonuses since I got 3 of them. And that was for $1,050. As for future goals for this year, I want to get more serious about social media, hence why I'm talking into the camera right now. And I've posted maybe 2 or 3 TikToks a week. I think my goal right now is just to get more comfortable and better at it, whether that's talking on the camera, recording, learning different techniques, editing, just becoming faster, more efficient. And I'm really thankful because I discovered what UGC is, and I think that could be my ticket towards a, another sustainable kind of side hustle. If nothing else, it'll kind of teach me skills that I could use in the future. And I like that you don't need a mega big following because I don't know that I'll ever get that. Like, I'd actually be happy just to break 100 on this channel. I was able to do it with the Dragon Con one, so hopefully I can do it while trying to tell people how to make money. Other than that, I guess I still have this long-term goal of potentially going to different states where gambling is legal and collecting those sign-up bonuses, but I really haven't looked into it much beyond just daydreaming. So we'll see if that happens. And as a really big stretch goal, if I can somehow have a few thousand spared at the end of the year, after all my savings goals are met, I'd like to try to get back into day trading because I signed up for a course maybe like 2 years ago and it was actually pretty good. I just didn't focus on it. I never put any money and actually traded. And the Discord was useful. It was informative. I have realistic expectations. I'd be, again, happy to make just 1 or 2K a month from it. That would certainly be enough to walk away from my job combined with all my other stuff. So we'll see. As for the most important part about any type of journey, including the one to personal finance, you have to live your best life along the way. And in terms of living my best life, I think the big highlight for January was going to the WWE Royal Rumble. This was the third major pay-per-view that my wife and I went to. Certainly one of the most fun events I've been to. Both the men and women's rumbles were incredible. The people that I wanted to win won. The crowd was pretty good. There was a lot of excitement. Our seats were amazing. We got to sit in the front row of the lower levels, completely unobstructed, clear views of the event. Very happy with that. Not happy with the overall package that I bought from On Location, which handles all the VIP stuff. I actually made a TikTok about this, and it's the first and only thing I have that's over 10K views. But essentially, it sucked. Compared to fan access from back in the day, terrible, terrible value, poorly ran, but I'm not going to go into that. Needless to say, the trip itself was very fun. In terms of savings that I had from churning, that trip to Tampa and back was roughly about $1,556 when you add up the airfare, hotels, and Uber credits. So, churning for the win. I'm well into my 7th or 8th year or something like that with churning where we haven't paid for airfare and hotels, and that is incredible. Once it's approaching a decade, it's really let me do so much amazing stuff, and I look forward to that just continuing. Other than that, we did have a fun hangout with Helen and Dan on the northeast side of town, and I'm working on going back to the gym more consistently. Of course, it's always a struggle. I had a really good routine in 2023 in the summer and the fall until after NYCC, where I got the worst cough ever, and it basically knocked me out for a whole month. I guess the only other thing, as my hair is longer than it has been in a long time and maybe ever, trying to grow it out. We'll see how much more I can tolerate it, but I think it's finally getting to a point where at least if I put product in it, it stays down. So there you go. This was actually the second time I recorded this because the first time I didn't turn this mic on. So that was frustrating. That's the update for January. I will be back in February. And hello, Future Kong, and whoever else watches this. Thanks.